What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and I have a very good video for you today. And so, stay tuned for this. Here we have Gator Trader, who said, "Friendly reminder: this is July 9th, cyber pandemic simulation, similar to Event 201 right before the whole Black Swan event happened. Don't let your guard down." Okay, so this is an event that's going to be taking place July 9th. It's called Cyber Polygon. Now, this has to do with uh, cyber security. And here on the website, we see that it says the International Capacity Building Initiative aimed at raising the global cyber resilience and the expansion of intersectoral cooperation against cyber threats. Okay? Now, about Cyber Polygon. Cyber Polygon is an annual online event which connects various global organizations to train their competencies, exchange best practices, and bring tangible results to the world community. Okay, Concept 2021. The ever-expanding digitalization tightens the interconnectivity between people, companies, and countries. The secure development of ecosystems across the globe will determine the future of humanity for decades to come. Okay, and the World Economic Forum supports this. And this is actually a really, and I'd highly recommend, if you haven't uh, been on this website, go check it out. Be aware of what's happening. And here they even say 2020, the year that really changed the world. And we know what happened in 2020. It was a very crazy year. Who would have thought that such a scenario would have happened? But it rapidly changed the way we view things, the way we live, how we associate with people, everything. And so this is something that's coming right across the corner. It's July 6th, so in 3 days they'll be holding this. Now, what are they preparing you for? Because there's always something that happens in preparation for what's coming. And we've been seeing a lot of power outages, a lot of blackouts. You got to think and be aware of the scenario that would happen if this were the case. Now, I want you to, with this in mind, I want you to think back on this Event 201. This was John Hopkins Center for Health Security in partnership with the World Economic Forum and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, this was a high-level pandemic exercise that occurred in October of 2019. Now, the exercise illustrated areas where public-private partnerships will be necessary during the response to this severe, Black Swan event in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. So this happened, a couple months before, the world turned belly side up. And this was, gearing the people to prepare for what was to come. And so I find it, I'm trying to make a correlation here about how when these major events happen in which it's talking about what's coming in the future, it's good to listen. Because just like this was talking about a global pandemic exercise, the cyber polygon is talking about a global cyber threat. So you have to pay attention to these subtleties. People aren't even aware. They don't even know what's happening. And that's why I'm telling you, we're changing. And on this channel, we talk about um, the new financial system, where it's going to be all worked or maneuvered through the ledger. All the transactions will happen on the ledger. And this is why it's so important on why I speak about the XRP ledger and the XRP token, because that's going to handle all the money. And when I talk about, a floor price of $100 to $270, that's just the beginning. Obviously, I manage expectations for the short term, but long term, there is no ceiling. Literally, there's no ceiling. And if Bitcoin can go to 50, 60,000 with all speculation, just imagine what XRP can do when we talk about all the money. And this is what I'm saying. This is just the beginning, and they're telling you right before your eyes that a global cyber threat is imminent, and it's gonna change the world for decades to come. Right here, secure development of ecosystems across the globe will determine the future of humanity for decades to come. And if you haven't noticed, Ripple isn't stopping their their moves despite the SEC lawsuit. Let me remind you, in the last 7 months, Sandy O'Connor, 31 years at JP Morgan, sixth most powerful woman in finance. Rosie Rios, former US Treasury, signs all your money basically. Sandy Young, global lead at MasterCard. I'm telling you, and Brooks and Twistle, who was a former Goldman Sachs and Uber exec. I'm telling you, if you're not paying attention and you don't see this coming, you're gonna be left behind. Because this and on when that flip of the switch moment happens, you best believe it's gonna be too late by the time you realize it. Hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. Comment below. What are your thoughts? As always, I like hearing from you. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.